Hello, and welcome to today's Eon Haven episode on things that we should not speak with others. To listen to life-changing stories every day, please subscribe to the Eon Haven channel. Think for a moment about the power of words. A single phrase can make someone smile, but another can leave a lasting scar. Our words shape our relationships, influence our reputation, and even determine our inner peace. Have you ever experienced the weight of a poorly chosen word, either spoken by you or to you? Words matter. They have the power to create harmony or chaos, trust or mistrust. In this episode, we'll explore 4 types of speech to avoid: lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter. I'll share practical advice and relatable stories to help you make better communication choices in your daily life. By the end, you'll see how mindful speech can transform your relationships and even your outlook on life. So, let's dive in. Number 1, avoid lying. Lying might feel like an easy way out. A little white lie to avoid conflict, a small exaggeration to impress someone, or even withholding the truth to escape responsibility. These might seem harmless in the moment. But lies, regardless of their size or color, can cause lasting harm. When we lie, we damage trust, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. Imagine building a house on a shaky foundation. It won't take much for it to collapse. Lies create cracks in our relationships. A friend once lied to me about a small thing. They borrowed something and didn't return it. Later, I found out they had broken it, but didn't want to admit it. While it wasn't the broken item that hurt me, it was their dishonesty that made me question if I could rely on them. Think about how you feel when you catch someone in a lie. Disappointed? Hurt? Now flip the script. This is how others feel when you lie to them. Instead of lying, practice transparency. It may be uncomfortable at first, but honesty builds a reputation of reliability and integrity. People will trust you more, respect you more, and rely on you more. Number 2, avoid divisive speech. Divisive speech involves gossip, rumors, or saying things that create tension between people. Often, it's not even intentional. Maybe you're venting about someone, but your words spark conflict instead of resolving it. Why do we engage in divisive speech? Sometimes it's out of jealousy, anger, or frustration. Other times, it's an attempt to feel connected by sharing secrets, but the damage it causes far outweighs any temporary satisfaction. In one workplace, a colleague started gossiping about another team member, saying they weren't pulling their weight. The rumor spread, and the team began treating that person differently. Later, it turned out the rumor was false, but by then, the damage was done. Relationships were strained, and trust within the team was broken. Divisive speech doesn't just harm others, it reflects poorly on you. When people know you as someone who gossips, they'll wonder what you're saying about them behind their backs. So instead of using your words to tear people apart, use them to build bridges. When tempted to gossip, try redirecting the conversation to something constructive or positive. Number 3, avoid harsh speech. We've all been on the receiving end of harsh words, angry outbursts, criticism, or even name-calling. It doesn't just hurt, it lingers. You might forget the specific words, but the feeling of being belittled stays with you. Harsh speech often happens in the heat of the moment. Maybe you've had a bad day, and someone says the wrong thing at the wrong time. Before you know it, you've snapped at them. The damage is done, and an apology might not fully repair it. I recall a time when a family member snapped at me during a stressful event. Their words weren't meant to hurt, but they did. Even though we made up later, I couldn't forget how those words made me feel. When you're angry, take a moment before speaking. Pause, breathe, and choose your words carefully. Instead of lashing out, express your feelings calmly. For example, say, "I feel frustrated right now," instead of blaming or criticizing. Words are like toothpaste. Once they're out, you can't put them back. So use them wisely, especially when emotions run high. Number 4, avoid idle chatter. Idle chatter refers to talking without purpose, spending time on meaningless conversations, or sharing information that serves no real value. Now, don't get me wrong. Small talk and lighthearted jokes are important for social bonding, but when conversations become unproductive or gossip-filled, they waste time and can even damage your relationships. I once spent an afternoon with a friend discussing every rumor about celebrities. It was fun at first, but by the end, I felt drained and realized we hadn't talked about anything meaningful. We could have spent that time deepening our bond instead of discussing trivial matters. To avoid idle chatter, ask yourself, is this conversation adding value? If not, steer it towards something meaningful. Discuss your passions, goals, or even current events that matter to you. When you choose your topics wisely, your conversations become enriching rather than draining. Let's recap the key points here. 1. Avoid lying. Even small lies can erode trust and damage relationships. Practice honesty. It strengthens your character and builds meaningful connections. 2. Avoid divisive speech. Gossip and rumors create unnecessary drama and harm relationships. Choose words that bring people together, not tear them apart. 3. Avoid harsh speech. Hurtful words can leave lasting emotional scars. Pause before speaking in anger and choose words that heal, not harm. 4. Avoid idle chatter. Focus on meaningful, productive conversations that enrich your relationships rather than waste time. The common thread here is mindfulness. Being aware of what you say and why you say it can transform your interactions. So, why does all this matter? Words are one of the most powerful tools we have. They can build trust, create joy, and strengthen relationships. Or they can destroy them. Here's a simple practice. Before speaking, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it truthful? Is it kind? Is it necessary? When you answer yes to all 3, your words will have a positive impact. Remember, your words are like seeds. Plant them with care, and they'll grow into relationships filled with trust and love. Plant them carelessly, and they might grow into weeds of conflict and regret. Thank you for joining me today here in Eon Haven. I hope this conversation has inspired you to choose your words wisely and create a more positive environment for yourself and those around you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Eon Haven for more content on relationships and personal growth.